Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About You. In today's segment, I will be going over a featured match between myself and Katie, the goddess herself. So, in this game, you guys will see Gogeta and Broly go at it, the classic match that we all loved and enjoyed in the last recent movie. Now, Katie has been playing Broly for a while, so she is pretty experienced overall on how to pilot the deck. She has done very good things. She's been able to take games from me in the past, which is going to make a very interesting game, and she has beaten a lot of the other better players in the game. So right now, I rolled a 7, and she rolled an 8, of course. She obviously was going to beat me in that dice roll. So guys and girls, if you have any questions, you definitely want to leave it in the comment section below. If you are interested in the Gogeta deck, definitely follow the Patreon. I have the list and everything for the build. This deck is very, very strong, and in the right hands, it's a powerhouse. So you guys are going to see me pilot the deck and have an idea on how to use it. So right now, we're just deciphering what we're going to keep and what's going to actually stay. If you guys haven't noticed, this is the Pro Play Tour mat from the Texas event. At first, I wasn't exactly fond of it, but I started growing to this mat. It's a nice mat overall, and the fabric feels very good. So shout outs to George Machado for getting all that nice and set up. So right now, we're getting ready to start. And Katie's she was figuring out where that card came from. So right now, we're just setting our life, and we're going to begin the game very soon. So I'm right now just shifting through my cards, waiting for her to make a play. Now, guys and girls, just giving you a heads up, she sometimes takes a little longer on her turns to calculate her plays, so don't mind that. So right now, she charged the 4-drop Chain Broly. I'm just going to call them Chain. And she is searching her deck with her leader's skill. So that's always a great thing. That's one of the best parts about the Broly leader. You can search your pieces and start your game plan going on without having to worry too much. And now she's just shuffling up with me. I'm just getting ready. Because she went first, it's going to be a little rough. Broly can be very explosive on turn 2. She plays her Broly, takes her life. And I'm going to begin my turn. All right. So I'm now shifting through my hand, deciding what I'm going to lay down as energy. You want to always make sure that you place down the card that you know will not be as needed. Sometimes you get tough hands. You never know. There are moments where you may have to charge a super combo or cards of that nature. So I charged the Vecco. I really didn't want to do that. That's one of the key cards to the deck, but in this given circumstance, my hand was pretty stacked. And I'm using Gogeta's ability, looking at the top 5. And I'm pretty sure I saw a card on top of my deck that I didn't want to, in the sense that I would have liked it in my hand, but it is what it is. The Gogeta leader does cycle through a lot of cards, and that's just how it functions. And then now, I'm just passing my turn. I could have attacked with the leader to her leader, but ultimately it won't matter as much, considering that Broly can take 1 or 2 life. So she could pretty much put herself at her solid 4 life. At that point, it's fine. Now she is playing her Paragus. Paragus is a main part of this deck and how it operates. Gotta have daddy in the deck. And of course, she charged a Frieza's Call. for her turn. So she has the ideal yellow and green set up. Now she's going to try to put pressure with Paragus, which is very smart. And she's putting her buggy. Now we're going to see where she puts that plus 5K. And she decides to put it on her leader. Okay. So that is 10K right there. Because I know she's going to go aggressive, guys, I decided to play the Senzu Bean. As she would have put it on the other Broly, her battle card, that would have sucked. So, luckily she didn't do that, because then it would have ended up costing me more cards, and that would have not been the greatest. So, always got to be careful on that. But all is well for the most part, And please excuse some of the noise in the background. You guys may hear a little bit of noise, but... So right now, she just popped off the Broly with the Paragus. She searched for her second piece of her chain. She's taking some more life, and she's getting ready. Katie, again, she knows how to play this deck, and she's going to start utilizing it very effectively. So she is bringing out the 4-drop. Now she's deciphering on what she wants to do next with her play. She attacks me. Gotta take a life. Yep. And right now, she's deciding, all right, she wants to keep going up the chain. Now she has the 6-drop. She's just deciphering what she wants to get rid of out of her hand. She pitches 2 yellow cards, a Frieza's Call, and a Cold Bloodlust. Now she's awakening with her leader, drawing her card, getting ready to untap her energy. That's the great part about this type of leader. You can draw a card and see what you want to untap. She's putting in a lot of pressure, guys and girls. She's making sure she's going to try to scoop me up. That's her mission with this deck. So we're going to see how she pilots it. Right now, she's still deciphering what she wants to do, whether she's going to attack with leader or just attack with the 6-drop. She's going in with the 6-drop. And at this point, she's going to just decide exactly how she wants to go about this. This is an interesting part of the game. So I'm about to see how we're all about to see how she's going to play it out. And I take the double. Now this time around, I think I made a witty comment. I was like, I'm going to take the life how you've been taking it, straightforward. Because normally I like taking my life from different areas. It's always nice. It's nice to keep it random. Even though it is random in this order, but I like actually keeping my selections as random as possible, because sometimes, me personally, I just don't like going in any type of order, but I'm like, oh, it's been working for her, because she actually hit some of the cards she needed to go up the chain in her life, so it's pretty interesting. Now she's deciphering if she's going to try to awaken me or just pass, and she passes. So I say that was a relatively successful turn on her behalf. She left the yellow open. That could be a numerous amount of things based off what she plays. And now we're going to have to charge a red for sure. We're going to have to get that red-blue action going on. And we'll see what happens. So we're going to have a number of things. I'm playing one of my one drops. This is always an effective play, ladies and gentlemen. You always want to play your one drop first, see what you hit, because you increase the odds of hitting something when you look at the top 5. So it's best to try to get whatever you can off the top 3 and then have a better chance of getting something else. And again, I think I saw the same card. It's ironic because I saw that card last time, and I think I saw similar combination of cards. You know, you could shuffle as best as you can, but ultimately, sometimes luck is not on your favor. So not so bad. And I passed turn. We left the blue energy open, and we can't really do much. You know, we're just building the hand. As you can see, my hand size is like pretty large. We're looking around 8 to 10 cards easily, possibly a little bit more. And she charged another green card, another 4-drop. So now Katie, she is going on the attack. I'm going in for my Dimension Magic. And she has no negates. You always want to make sure if your opponent has a response, such as a Battering Laser. Now she's playing a Mechanism. And now we get to see exactly how she's going to play this out. That's going to be the beauty of it. Now she's going up the chain, getting the draw. She can now play the 8-drop. She used Mechanism. For all you guys that may not know, Mechanism allows you to KO one of your battle cards. In that case, you draw a card. And then, of course, that will start the chain off of Broly's ability. So now we have that Broly. She ditched the Battering. She ditched the Battering, and she had it, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'm not sure. Yeah, so she has one more card she needs to drop, because I believe that's the 6-drop right underneath the Battering. You know, in tournaments, always pay attention to what your opponent drops out of their hand. It's very important, you know. Obviously, right now, she's going to play the game correctly, but you just got to be careful. So she had to lose a super combo. That was a little costly. It kind of sucked, and I think she's contemplating on it again. But, you know, it's always important to see, you know, make sure that when your opponent's dropping cards for any effects or whatnot, you're paying attention. You don't want someone to skim a card and, you know, and essentially gain an unfair advantage. So right now, Broly is attacking my leader. We got 35k double strike coming in hot. I snap, grab it. And I'm hoping that that things work out. So I have a pretty large hand. Like I said, we're looking at like anywhere from like 10 to 12 cards, 10 plus cards, put it that way. And she is maximizing this. She's trying to put me down to 2 life. 2 life isn't good. So at this point, it's more advantageous for me to take it. Awakening or losing a whole lot of cards from hand wouldn't be the greatest. I'm not, you know, 2 life is threatening, but as long as you can micromanage what's going on the board, it's fine. As long as she doesn't put any more pressure on me, I'm fine overall. Because on my turn, I'm going to be able to do a series of things which will allow me to gain some type of advantage. So right now, we're going to just charge, go for our 3rd energy. We're charging a Talent Pan. We won't need her when Katie already has me on 2 life as early as turn 3. It's pretty beastie. So I use my Gogeta's ability. We miss. And we're just getting the shuffles immediately. Right in there. And now I am playing my Veku, pitching the 2 cards. Has to be a Vegeta BR and Goku BR with the same power. Bam. We're pitching both 1-drops. Now I'm going to Awaken. So again, we're gonna use this. We're gonna use this time as a means to effectively play. We're gonna use our Gogeta's ability to bottom the Broly. And I'm not 100% sure what's going on. I believe she's deciphering or something. Maybe she was thinking about dropping the secret rare, but she allowed the 8-drop to go. And then now I'm attacking her later, and I'm drawing a card. So this is very interesting because we're going to see how this game is going to unfold. She just took the damage. That's very interesting on her behalf. And we're going to use Gogeta's ability to KO Arrested Energy and draw 2 cards. So now we're looking at like 15 plus cards in hand, which is incredible. So it's going to be more difficult for Katie to be able to beat me on her turn because she has to get through Veku, and Veku is a powerhouse. Having Veku on board will allow me to safely play the game. So right now, we're just waiting to see what she charges for energy. And we're going to wait and see what happens. Right now, Katie is deciphering on the energy she wants to charge. Again, like I said, guys and girls, just be patient. You know, she's trying to really figure things out. So right now we're going to see what she will be placing down for energy. And excuse that, I had a little phone call, so I disrupted the recording. Now, right, at this point in time, again, guys and girls, you want to take your time, but make sure when you're at a tournament, you don't take this long. You know, sometimes I am critical on the amount of time she takes because in a tournament it would be considered stalling. We obviously been in this game state for a while, and the judge, once it's like 30 seconds, you know, you're allowed to call your opponent out for slow playing. You know, whether they're just re-looking at their drop area, looking at their hand, you know, because you don't want to take too long to decipher your plays since you're taking too much time away from the game. You know, so that, I guess, comes with more experience playing, but it's not good. It's definitely not good because in a tournament environment, obviously this wouldn't be allowed. So right now, again, she's deciphering, and we got our next piece of energy. So now she's attacking. And we're going to see what happens at this point. All right. Okay. So she's still in the attack step. And we're going to see what play she decides to make. Okay, so she said no combo. I guard my 5K. And now we're just going to continue seeing what plays she may have. And she ended her turn. So now I'm charging a red energy. I'm attacking her leader. So far, so good. She snap takes it. She snap takes it, and now we're gonna see what else is going to be done. All right, we are playing one of our one drops. We're gonna look at the top three, and we hit nothing. Go straight to the bottom of the deck. Now we're deciphering on our play line. Now at this point, I'm looking at what I'm doing, and I don't agree with the whole KO and energy and draw 2. I shouldn't have done that, and now I pass. Because at this point, she hasn't been attacking. She didn't attack last turn, outside of just swinging out with the Broly. And I didn't want to waste my Veku on blocking that. But at this point, it's I'm kind of behind on energy. She's about to go to her 5th. And it would have been nice to be able to use cards like Hit and take a look and disrupt what she may have in her hand for a following turn, unless she goes off this turn. So just a little hint, guys and girls, I got to be critical on my plays as well. I was just kind of getting a little greedy on the draw power. Draw power was getting to me. So we will see what happens now. And right now, Katie is taking her time on her energy. Like I said, guys and girls, you want to take your time on what you're going to do, but you just got to make sure that you don't take too much time. Because if you take too much time, it would be considered stalling. And again, it's not enjoyable to watch those type of games either when there's not much going on. The game has to be kind of going back and forth at a reasonable pace, so that the game could be enjoyable for all parties to watch. So right now, she is still deciphering on that 5th energy. And she got it. We got a Bloodlust. So now she's using her one of her key cards. We got a nice control mechanism, and then she ends her turn. See, right there, I have a hit. So at this point, I could have played hit and actually looked at her hand and disrupt what she could have done. Providing that she didn't have a bloodlust, because her charging a bloodlust is already information that she could have one. But it's just making sure it's better being safe than sorry. So now I attacked her. She snapped, took that life. She's at 1 life. That's another thing. At this point, I probably shouldn't have attacked her. Attacking her now gives her access to the secret rare, and the secret rare will have access to dumping my hand, which is not good at all. So at this point, we're just going to see what else will I end up doing. I end up playing another vacuum. So that's pretty good in the sense that we're going to have extra defense. We're well protected. Definitely, we are in good shape. So at this point, I have much defense. We have Veku that will end up generating 4 energy, since I have 2 of them on board. And then that doesn't include what I have in hand. So at this point, I decide to KO an energy. And at that game state, it wouldn't have mattered as much. So it was okay to try to see more cards. Right now, I'm desperately trying to search for a specific card, which you guys will eventually see soon. This is going to be her big play, and we're going to see how she executes it. So she's at 1 life. Just keep that in mind. So now she is using her tragic. She's going to grab back one of her Broly pieces. My deck over there is looking a little small. We're probably looking at around 10 cards left in deck. Maybe a little bit more. Approximately maybe like 10 to 15 cards. And the amount of cards in my hand are definitely bigger than what I have in my deck. So now she's attacking me. I snap block. We're going to take a look at 2 cards. And she decides to super combo because she's trying to see certain pieces. At this point, I'm not sure what she's missing. But you already know when your opponent is using that super combo is just to dig, which is very good. That's what makes Paragus an amazing card. It's actually a great filter overall. So we're picking up the pieces, and then now we're going to generate the energy. We got a Dimension Magic and a Senzu Bean. Kind of sucks to lose those 2 cards off the deck, but they at least aren't the main cards that I'm hoping that I can see. Because of my play error putting her at 1 life, which not to say she couldn't put herself down to 1, but at least it's best for her to have to work for it. You know, she now has access to the secret rare, which is what I was mentioning earlier. You just want to make sure that you don't make mistakes like that. And I made a mistake, and we're going to see if she punishes me for it. So now she uses her field card. She's leveling up to the 8-drop. And I guess she's deciding what she might have to discard out of her hand. All right. We're about to see her drop this monster on the board. And we're going to see. We're going to see what happens right now. Right now, she's still deciphering on what she's going to drop to the drop area. Again, make sure that you take your time on your plays, but just keep in mind you don't want to take too long. But overall, it looks like a pretty nice game state. If she has the secret rare, I'm going to be in some type of trouble. Obviously, there are ways for me to try to get out of this, but it's going to be very difficult. And hopefully, I can see what I need to see. So now she's dropped her cards. One of them was a super combo, and the other card I was unable to see. Now she attacks. I'm blocking. Again, a snapback block. She has, it's hard to see how many cards she has in her hand. I believe she has 3 to 4 cards. And at this point, guys and girls, taking damage, as Veku is going to be gone. 1 and 2. So we lost a super combo and a BR piece. Not too shabby. And she has a way to pop herself and go into the next part of the piece. And it looks like she's going to do that. She's drawing a card. And then she drops her entire hand. Now she attacks me. Okay, so guys and girls, she attacks me with her leader. She should have just swung out with the Broly just to dump the hand and see what I have. But she didn't do that. So because of that, I'm going to do a play that obviously I wouldn't recommend, but it's still a play nonetheless. I'm using a pseudo combo to draw. Obviously, I'm not worried about guarding the attack. I'm hoping I see certain cards. As you can see, I have like 10 cards or less in the deck. You can see now I'm super comboing. I'm using a pseudo combo to draw. So at this point, I am filtering for Mafuba. Mafuba is the card I'm looking for. And you see how many cards I'm drawing. And you can see how low my deck is getting. So right now, we're just filtering as best as we can. I'm using another super combo to draw. And we see that secret rare staring at me. I'm using a bean so I can just keep using pseudo combos. You know, and I'm just hoping that I can just see this Mafuba. And look how low this deck is. Right now we can approximate, since it's not double sleeved, we got like 5 to 6 cards left in deck. We're using another bean. And that's it. Unfortunately, we don't have any cards to anti-dimension magic. Not the right negate I wanted. And then her auto kicks in. And she won.